Okay, so for week 13 of summer anime, this season is finished. I'm glad to wrap things up. Thank you for keeping up with me. We're gonna rank up all the animes. We're gonna have a tier list, best OPs, best waifus, best shows we had this season. As you know, fall season's just starting right now, so I caught a few episodes of Free Run actually because it dropped. So I'm looking forward to talking about that next season. But yeah, over here we got a bunch of cool animes. I'm gonna quickly talk about the episodes I saw this week that kind of wrapped up. So yeah, Bleach finished up. The kind of like romance show with the glasses girl finished up. Psalm 100 didn't finish up, but we got like the kind of end of the episode. Rent a Girlfriend finished up. Jujutsu Kaisen continues. A lot of stuff going on. Also, yeah, speaking of Jujutsu Kaisen, goddamn MAPPA. It's not a secret. Like they do be using slave labor in the anime production, but now they're like telling the staff to sign an NDA to not talk about how hostile the production is. That's kind of crazy. So Jujutsu Kaisen season, it does look really nice, but yeah, the crunch is insane. But yeah, besides that, let's get started. Let's talk about some happy new animes. So yeah, let's talk about Bleach. Very not happy, but a lot of like hype fights. So yeah, this is season 2 of the Blood War, episodes 12 and 13. Bro, it is insane. So yeah, I love like the kind of fight scenes we have. We basically have like a 2 episode finale. They did the same thing for like the part 1 of the Blood Wars. So just so much shit happening right now. Basically, it's a fight on 2 fronts. We got the Squad Zero battling, as well as Yawatch and Ichibei. So both of these fights are kind of nuts. I know Yawatch is just like super broken. He has like billions of powers. Probably has like more powers than he knows what to do with. So I'm not really like feeling any tension with his fights. Like I'm just assuming that he's gonna stomp like everybody. Maybe take some hits in, but then after that just like show off a new bullshit ability. So that's what I'm expecting for Yawatch. But all the Squad Zero people, I'm also expecting them to get bodied, but yeah, it was like a good back and forth. Like Bleach, like the fights in this Blood War are pretty like well directed, where just like each side gets their hits in, they kind of power up, and it's very back and forth. It's never really one-sided, so you're always like intense. Episode 12 was kind of like a warm-up episode. All the hype shit happened in episode 13. All the Squad Zero versus the remaining members. So then we see one of his guys, his power is called the Death Dealer. So he kind of like is able to see inside people's bodies and control like the amounts of chemicals to make it like a lethal dose. So he kind of just like instantly poisons you if he like kind of like uses his power on you. So that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, they kind of like beat him anyway because the Hot Springs dude, he's like, he can like cleanse your blood. So that's cool. That's like a very in character power. So after all of this though, Squad Zero like winning decisively, Yawatch pulls out Ashwalen. What is this? So he redistributes Quincy powers. So yeah, we know this, like he can control all of the Quincy's, but now he can just like kill like the people on the bottom in the Soul Society, redistribute their powers, and resurrect all the dead Quincy's on top of the Royal Palace. So he does this to get like a super power up, and now they're like super strong. Phase 2. The episode 13 is pretty much the phase 2, where like all of the Squad Zero members are getting bodied. And then Kirio, the chubby girl, my chubby queen, she's also getting bodied. So this fight is kind of really fun. Like I didn't really know what to expect, but it was like very insane. But then the guys aren't finished yet, so they use their final ability, which is just to unleash their full power. So they kind of like sealed all of their powers to Squad Zero people because they were like that strong. Anytime they use their Bankai, like shit just breaks. So they all kind of like kill themselves and transfer their power to Senjumaru. She's one of my favorites. I love her kind of like mature, serious, cool vibes. So basically her powers unleash and all the other Squad Zero members are like bleeding out, dying. So then she unleashes her Bankai. That's a long ass name. Let me see if I could find it. Shatatsu Karagara Shigara Minotsuji. Okay, I tried my best. But it's basically like this huge kind of like palace of cloth. And then she like kind of traps each of the Quincy's in like one room and just like brutally murders them. So it's kind of like an inescapable jail where you just like instantly die. And then yeah, she bodies all the remaining Quincy's. I don't think she did because I think Hashwalt is way too important, as well as Ishida. They don't seem to like just like die here. We know like Ichigo's gonna fight Ishida eventually. So basically everyone dies. It was so badass. Like good job, bro. Squad Zero, they didn't disappoint. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen next. Or I guess we won't because the anime's almost finished. So we gotta wait for another season. But basically after that, there's the Yawatch and Ichibei fight, which was like kind of intense. Ichibei just like, you know, slashing fools with his paintbrush. Very cool. Yawatch trying to keep up. But yeah, it's like a pretty much back and forth. We see Ichibei getting like the most hits in because like when he paints you, he can like limit the strength of the piece that he cut. So basically Yawatch's arms, his whole body is just like super weak. And then he can't really damage Ichibei anymore. And then yeah, we see the only like ability Yawatch has to attack Ichibei is to like actually grab him and then like kind of like infiltrate his body. So yeah, he doesn't really get the time to do that, so Yawatch is just like, you know, getting destroyed. And then we see Ichibei has like a lot more other abilities. He has like Ichimonji and then his paint can basically like remove your name. So like no one really recognizes you. Your powers are just like gone. So yeah, when Ichibei used Ichimonchi, he changed Yuwatch's name to Black Ant. I mean, I don't know what Yuwatch will do to get out of this. Like probably like, I don't know, he has shadow clones. Maybe he's like ass pull, like this is not my real body. Or maybe like ants are just like, super strong. They can carry like, 300 times their weight. But basically he changes Yuwatch's name to an ant, stomps him down to Royal Palace and claps him. And it looks like Yuwatch is just like falling down. It's over. And the anime ends there. Ain't no way. So goddamn, yo, this is such a good experience. One of the best animes this season. Like, I think it was better than part 1 of the Blood War, but they were both like equally very good. Very well animated, just like brought the hype in, very well paced as well. I think one thing is that the power scaling is getting like super intense. I know manga readers say like it gets like so much worse, but right now like we got like people with like normal powers like fire and electricity and then like maybe explosions, but then we got like some crazy ass shit like, creating zombies from your blood, literally like rewriting reality with your power, and a bunch of other shit that's just like kind of ridiculous. I'm expecting all the members of Squad Zero to die eventually, and then have Ichigo come through, because that's also one infuriating part of the anime, is that he's been like spending so much time either going down or going up, trying to like go to the fight. So he always seems to show up a bit late, which is, whatever. And can't wait to get more of the Blood War. Animation's insane. The story's like really good. And the choreography for these fights are so well directed that like if you are a shonen fan, you must watch this season. Okay, so for Helck episode 12, yes, the anime continues. This is not the finale. It's gonna have 24 episodes, so yeah, there's more to come next season. But yeah, basically, anime's very nice, just like the story is good. Animation is like very bad, like very mid, so yeah, that's like the one flaw, but besides that, really love the story. Basically, they're kind of showing us like the dire straits in the demon world, where they have to like keep fighting like these resurrected humans. They keep just like showing up, instantly dying, but then they just like level up and come back. So they have infinite lives. And the demons, they're like really strong. They have like, level 50 power level. And then the heroes are only at like level 20, level 30. But they're like, quickly leveling up. Like all these demons are like kind of just like fighting this war. The morale is pretty high, but then if these heroes keep coming, they'll probably eventually get like really tired. So Astra, he's like the general. He's like fighting people back. He's also like using his magic to kind of track where Vermilio is. And then to actually find her. So she was like in the map. She was like outside of the map, like in the ocean. But now she's like actually like entered the map. So she might like reunite with the people soon. Besides that, a lot of stuff happens where like Vermilio, she's like kind of like wary of Helck, since he has like a lot of like trauma just like dumped inside of him, and if he like tries to fight something that might just accidentally spill out, he might like destroy everything. So yeah, there's like Helck we still gotta worry about. He's still like our hero, our protagonist, like this is what the anime is called. And after that, as we end the episode, Helck is gonna tell us what happened in the human realm before. Why he killed his brother, all that shit that happened, why he like, decided to unite with demons. So, I guess that's cool, but before we get the big reveal, we get the end credits, and then yeah, there's the post-credit scenes. They're not gonna tell us right now, but probably in episode 13. End credits is basically just like, a chill session with Pee-wee, and just like going around with him in the city, wearing bunny ears, just like dancing around the city, so very cute. I love seeing Vermilio just warm up, because like her personality is a bit repetitive, just like angry, on fire, blowing shit up. But the slice of life moment was nice, and then yeah, that's it for Helck this season. If you like a fantasy show that's like kind of different, I recommend it, but like the animation's not that great. So, it's up to you if you want to watch another fantasy show. I see there's like a trend recently where there's like a lot more shows showing like how the demon world, the demon side, is not really the evil side, it's more of the human. So yeah, this is like another one that's like kind of interesting. Okay, so for the girl I like forgot her glasses, episode 13. What is there to talk about? Well, basically, yeah, as we get the finale here, just like, anime really looks good. It's animated by Gohan, who's actually working on 2 animes this season. This one and The Masterful Cat is Depressed Today. I like both of them, honestly. They both look really nice. Both of the animes have like some like kind of like wholesome story, nothing like too serious. I think the cat one is like a lot better, but less popular, because I guess like middle school romance, high school romance is just like an easy concept to get people invested. But basically our 2 characters, the main dude and then Mie-san, they don't really get together, but they hug, they hang out at the park. The main character, he thinks that Mie will forget about him once she stops forgetting the glasses, because he realizes that all their interactions have been like to help her out when she's like not looking at stuff, and sitting next to each other, sharing textbooks. So he wants to cherish the time he has because he thinks it's temporary. The thing is, like, while they're hanging out at a park together, like, he realizes that him and Mie, they're very close, and then yeah, their feelings are real. So yeah, they end up like kind of like touching each other's faces at a park, like staring at each other, and it's a bit awkward, but I guess it's like a good ending. Also, after that, we see like kind of this was very unnecessary, but apparently like they met each other when they were kids. But besides that, this anime does look insane. Like everyone looks beautiful, the hairstyle flowing, the colors pop out at you, and then like kind of the camera angles are cool. But like the story is like very mid, just like so annoying and repetitive. Like this main character gives Kazuya a run for his money this season because like the simping is on another level. Every time Mei does something with her glasses, kind of just like his internal monologue, he's just like yelling, screaming, squealing. He's just like, oh, I hope this doesn't happen. Oh, it happened. It's just like super annoying hearing him and following him. But yeah, I guess like the defense is that it's middle school romance. You know, let these characters cook, let them like explore their feelings and be awkward and funny. So yeah, romance anime fans are eating because another like solid high quality romance show this season. And now for Jujutsu Kaisen, season 2, episode 10. This episode called Pandemonium. It was kind of like this episode looked really good. Also, yeah, I talked about the Jujutsu Kaisen kind of like the MAPPA production issues. But yeah, besides that, you know, anime looked very nice. We saw like Gojo got sealed, so he's like in the process of being sealed. All the cursed spirits and Geto are just like talking shit to him. We see that Geto is not Geto; he's actually the brain. Which is pretty funny. And then also like Gojo, he does something where he's like, are you really gonna let this dude steal your body, Geto? And then Geto actually like chokes himself. So we realize that the body and the soul, they're both like kind of their own thing. And then like Geto's body just remembers him. So yeah, finally Gojo does get sealed. And then like the animation was very nice. And the funny part is as he gets sealed in this like kind of cube, the prison realm, he's just like too strong for it. He's like trying to break out. The prison realm is literally crying, trying to seal him in. So basically, they can't move the prison realm. It's just like stuck to the ground. Like Gojo's like kind of using infinity to kind of fight it inside of it. But besides that, you can't really do too much except delay the enemies. But yeah, this gives our sorcerers the ability to fight back. Try to like get down to the 5th level, fight all these transfigured humans, evil curses, and then save Gojo. So yeah, first we see Yuji. It's very funny. Him just like running around yelling on top of a building. Nanami, where are you? We need you. Gojo is sealed. Mei's kind of fighting some cursed spirits with her brother. We see Megumi, Nanami, and some other guy teaming up. So yeah, all of them kind of meet up with Yuji and they're like discussing their plans. Basically, like since Gojo is sealed, like shit is like serious. Like we might actually lose. Like it's over for the world. So they have to rescue him. That's priority 1. I love seeing Nanami's like efficient, serious like workload. Like he's trying to balance everything. He's trying to like, you know, divide the teams up and like kind of go on his own to rescue other people. So yeah, this dude's really efficient, a good leader so far. Other characters, we see Ichiji. He's like one of the windows that doesn't have like powers. And then he gets stabbed. Bro, this dude was like helping, supporting the team. And then, yeah, there's like, it's like the dude with the Attack on Titan markings on his eyes. And then he like stabs people with a sword. Basically, his mission is to kill all the kind of unpowered people. Just like hunt down all the weak people hiding like inside the barrier. So yeah, we gotta deal with him. Also, we see the cursed spirits. They're trying to target Yuji. So basically, Jogo wants to unleash Sakuna. That's his goal. But then Choso wants to kill Yuji. Mahito also wants to kill Yuji for revenge. So yeah, like all 3 of them are running, trying to hunt down Yuji. Which is kind of scary. Like, hopefully my man is alright. And the episode does finish there. We see, like, a lot of characters being set up, so this was pretty much a setup episode. Not really a lot of fights, but, like, the anime looks so good. Like, these kind of exposition episodes are very nice. And then the episode before this one was just, like, one of the best episodes we had. Seeing Gojo just, like, solo everything. So I'm looking forward for more Jujutsu Kaisen. It seems like everybody has something to do right now. There's gonna be so many fights coming up, so... And I'm just loving the anime, but hopefully they maybe slow down, because, you know, MAPPA overworking these animators. The crunch is probably insane, depressing. But yeah, this anime is gonna have 18 episodes, so 8 more episodes left. I thought the hidden inventory was like insanely good. And then the Shibuya incident, there's a lot of exposition so far, but like each episode looks very nice. All the fights are solid so far. I think people were complaining about the like kind of epilepsy shadow filter. But yeah, besides that, I don't really have any problems with this season at all. Alright, and now for Rent a Girlfriend, Season 3, Episode 12. Yes, this is Season 3. Imagine my surprise when literally nothing happens in Season 3. Like, no plot, really, no progression. Kazuya and Mizuhara's relationship is the same, maybe a little closer, but there was one emotional part, you know, the grandmother died. Rest in peace, but like literally it didn't really matter too much. I'm being a little harsh because the death of the grandmother actually had like a lot of like character influence on Mizuhara. She like instantly became like sad, depressed, bottled her feelings, tried to like hide like her emotions with her work. And then like when she was on this like super date with Kazuya, she starts like crying. So yeah, when Kazuya finally like tells her that you can like lean on his shoulder or whatever, she instantly starts crying, like hugging him. So that was like very emotional. It was like the spark that Mizuhara needed. But I mean, the problem is she kind of like goes back into like her kind of serious and cool demeanor, kind of forgets that all that happened. So it's basically like very painful seeing like Kazuya just like not being able to push Mizuhara. Mizuhara also not doing anything, and a relationship just like going back to neutral. So yeah, Yaimori wants to like kind of wingman them more, just like have their relationship just like finish up. Mizuhara's glad that Kazuya like gave her the opportunity to make the movie. I thought it was like fine, but besides that, yeah, literally nothing gets resolved in this anime. In the credits scene, we get like a lot of like aftermath stuff. So yeah, we see Mami hanging out with Kazuya's friend and her grandmother. So yeah, they're cooking up something. We see Ruka wearing like a cute maid outfit, so that's cute. We see Sumi kind of working out, exercising, and also like kind of talking to strangers. So that's also like kind of good character growth for her. But yeah, besides that, the story is painfully slow. There's probably gonna be a season 4, I'm assuming, if we made it this far. But yeah, really hated this season. Don't really recommend anyone to watch Rent a Girlfriend this much. If you made it to season 3, then like keep sticking with the anime. Like there's probably an iconic scene coming up in the future if you're like a manga reader. But yeah, besides that, I did not enjoy watching this anime. I thought like I'd have fun just like making fun of these trashy romance shows, but Rent a Girlfriend, there's like something just like too painful with the development. And now, time for the tier list. How are we gonna know which shows are good, which openings and waifus are the best without ranking them up? So yeah, now we got the best openings. It's gonna be a quick like 3-tiered list, so S to B tier. Basically S tier, the songs are just like bangers I love so much. So yeah, I won't have every show opening here, but like the ones that I really liked. So yeah, the Psalm 100 opening starting off, easy S tier, very good. It was called Song of the Dead by Kana Boon, just like went so hard. Very good, love seeing them all dancing as well. After that, we got the Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Part 2 opening. It's called Stars by WOD. Goddamn, bro, this song, I liked it a lot. I love all the Bleach openings. This one, I thought it was like very intense, but then also had some good emotional moments. The visuals were also insane, just like all characters wearing drip, literally streetwear, just like fighting in like skate parks, cafes, basketball courts. The Jujutsu Kaisen opening, we had 2 of them. The most recent one was Specials, which was very good. And then the first one for the Hidden Inventory arc was Ao no Sumika, which I thought was like very chill as well. Both these songs are nice. I think Specials is a bit better. After that, we got Masamune-kun's Revenge opening. This one's for season 2. It's called Please Please. I really liked it. It was a pretty hype romance opening. We got the Mushoku Tensei season 2 opening. This one was called Spiral by Logman. It was like a very chill opening, and we don't really get like a lot of like openings with visuals and words in Mushoku Tensei, so yeah, this one was nice. And now we got the Bungo Stray Dogs season 5 opening. It's called Tetsu no Ori by Grand Rodeo. Goddamn, bro, this opening also banged very hard, really liked it, so yeah, gotta be on S tier. We got the Horimiya Peace opening. I kind of liked it. It's called Shiwase by Omi no Tak. So these openings are very chill, feel good, and have some good singing. We also have the Undead Girl Murder Farce opening. This opening was very nice. It was called Crack Crack Crackle. It went very hard, kind of just like a pop EDM type of beat. So yeah, I liked it so much. And yeah, that's for S tier. For A tier, I'll go over it quickly. We got the Rent a Girlfriend season 3 opening. We got the My Happy Marriage opening. We got the Liar Liar opening. The 7 Spellblades opening. Vending Machine Isekai opening. Dark Gathering opening, the Helck opening, Level 1 Demon Lord and One Room Hero opening, Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence opening, and Yohane, Sunshine, and the Perillion opening. Like, they were okay, they didn't really bang that hard, but they were just like very chill, very good songs. For B tier, we got the Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses opening. That was okay. We got the Dreaming Boy Is a Realist opening, which was also okay. And then the Atalia Ryza opening. Solid fantasy opening, but didn't really stick out too much. So yeah, that is it for the tier list for the best openings. Now let's move on for the best waifus. A lot of like solid main girl characters. I do love muscle girls. I'm the waifu checker. Hopefully I don't get crucified for my waifu choices. I have basically like every main girl here. If I forgot someone, please let me know. But yeah, let's go over this quickly. So S tier, we got Mei Mei from Jujutsu Kaisen. We got Utahime from Jujutsu Kaisen. We got Abane from Jujutsu Kaisen. We got the maid from Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, yeah, if you see a pattern, yeah, a lot of these Jujutsu Kaisen girls were like very fun, strong, funny. Mei Mei was just like very solid, probably not like wife material because she's like very greedy. And she seems to have like a thing with her little brother, Utahime. It's just like very cute and like capable, but also like kind of weak compared to like the scope of every other character. So yeah, her interactions with Gojo were funny. Amane, I loved her inclusion in the story. We didn't meet her for that long, but yeah, she was like definitely a good character. Same with the maid. They were just like very interesting and fun and capable. Maki is nice, Nobara is nice, but we didn't really see too much of them this season, so yeah, can't really put them here so far. After that, we got the Mushoku Tensei girls. So we got Ellie and Elise. I'll put her in S tier. Definitely like a big hoe, but like she's very fun, very sexual and open, and kind of liked her introduction in the story. Just like she made an impression. All the men are instantly attracted to her, but then she actually finds like a good boyfriend. There's also Sarah from this season, who's basically like the arrow girl. We saw her a lot in the beginning. She's kind of like typical tsundere. She reminds Rudeus of Eris. But besides that, she didn't really do too much except be like kind of like a plot device for Rudeus's erectile dysfunction. So I'll just put her in B tier. And now we got Silent 7 stars. So yeah, her name is Shizuka as well. And okay, the masked waifu is here again. I'll put her on A tier, mainly because her perspective on everything is just like contrast Rudeus so hard. She wants to find a way to get back home. Also after that, we got Sophie. Yes, she's finally here. We see her, the main girl featured this season. I really wanted everything to work out for her. It took like a lot to kind of like get her and Rudeus together, but finally they did it. Very wholesome, very nice. Their reintroduction was like kind of painful because we had to like wait for Rudeus to put everything together, but finally they are together. So yeah, like mission accomplished. We'll put her into must protect here. We'll also put Juliet here, so yeah, she's like kind of like the slave dwarf girl that we randomly adopted this season. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Rudeus approves of slaves in his fantasy world. I guess he doesn't really care anymore about morals. He's just, you know, following the law. And now we got Shizuka from Zom 100. I'll put her in S tier basically only because of character design. I love her sporty athletic gear. Her serious attitude is kind of nice as a contrast to like the main character Akira's like happy personality, but basically like as a waifu it's hard to put her in S tier because she just like contradicts everything you say. Like you just will not get along with her. Just gotta play devil's advocate, just talk about like risk calculations and all of that. But besides that, when she warms up to you, it's like very cute, so you gotta put her in S tier. There's also the German girl Beatrix with the big titties. We didn't really see her too much, so I won't put her on the list, but yeah, her character design is also very nice. Also, we got Mio from My Happy Marriage. I loved her so much, I have to put her in S tier. We just gotta see her happy. Really good shoujo romance story with her like being the main character, going through struggles, trying to like power through everything. And her like locking up her emotions was like very painful, but seeing her character growth in this anime was nice. So yeah, really loved her. Also after that, we got Hori from Hori Mia Peace. I'll put her in A tier, solid romance main character. All his characters are super tropey. Hori didn't really have any growth this season because this wasn't really like a new season. It was just like, you know, side stories. But basically Hori's super cute. She kind of like blushes a lot. Like her and Miyamura are like kind of shy together still. And now we got Senjumaru from Bleach. She's the Squad Zero girl, the waifu that can like knit things and like uses needles and dolls. So her ability was nice, very badass. We saw her Bankai this week. So yeah, definitely S tier, very strong waifu. There were so many like solid girl characters in Bleach. There were like the femme Ritters we had from the Stern Ritter group. So yeah, the zombie girl was kind of insane. I kind of liked her, very unhinged. Rukia also showed up, got a power up. But yeah, besides that, Senjumaru was definitely like an exciting, strong waifu this season. And now we have Aki from Masamune-kun's Revenge Season 2. So I'll put her in A tier, solid like main girl. She's definitely like very naggy, like Masamune has to do all the heavy lifting. So yeah, just like a solid main character, didn't really stand out too much, but she didn't really do anything wrong, so it's nice to see her win. And now we got Mie from The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. Oh my god, okay, I get it, she's cute, kind of like, you know, red flowing hair. She has the glasses aesthetic, but her personality is so bad. She's kind of like playing like a monotonous type of girl, just like very one note. Every time something happens, she's like very stupid, doesn't adapt to it, doesn't really think. So I'll put her in C tier. I kind of hated her, just like all her antics were so repetitive. And now we got Mizuhara from Rent a Girlfriend Season 3. I'll put her in B tier. Didn't really like her, but wasn't really like the worst. She had like decent development, I guess. But yeah, this anime is just like very stale, so yeah, she stays at B tier for now. And now we got Sarasa from Liar Liar. I'll put her in B tier. Kind of like an underwhelming girl, like she was like slated to be like the strongest person in this school. There was also kind of like the principal with the big titties that was kind of hot. But I guess Sarasa is the first girl, so I'll put her on the list. And now we have Nanao from Reign of the Seven Spellblades. Yes, the Harry Potter anime. And now random samurai waifu with like strong powers, making her name known. I really loved her actually. I'll put her in S tier. She's very strong. Her personality is like very funny. And now we got Aika from The Dreaming Boy is a Realist. Yeah, she's like the main love interest. I put her in C tier, mainly because like the main dude, the premise of this anime is a dude stalking the main girl. Like she kind of falls for him after he stops stalking her, which I hated so much. It like teaches you the wrong lesson. I mean, you shouldn't really be taking lessons from anime in the first place, but yeah, this like put me off. I don't really like the concept of the show, and then yeah, she didn't really do anything to spice up the plot. She's just like the random love interest that's like chasing after the main character. And now we got Charlotte from Am I Actually the Strongest? So she's like the little sister, kind of cute girl that we gotta protect, following the main character. So yeah, we'll put her into must protect here. There's also Flay, who's like the kind of like waifu, fox waifu we see. I'll put her in A tier, kind of like a strong, hot character. And now we have Aya Rindo from Undead Girl Murder Farce. I'll put her in S tier, just like solid detective waifu. Personality-wise, she's a bit smug, stuck up. She's like, oh, I know everything. I know all the answers. And just like reveals all these like details to us after each case. She's just ahead though. I bet her head game is insane. And now we got Lamis from the vending machine isekai. So yes, the main girl, she's fucking the vending machine, I guess. They actually get a kiss at the end of the episode. But I kind of liked her, very strong, so I'll put her in S tier, just like, you know, strong waifu. She did nothing wrong, very wholesome. I guess it was like very infuriating seeing the vending machine not be able to talk. They just have to like communicate in like yes and no like questions. And now we got Kaoru from the Rurouni Kenshin remake, so yeah, she's like kind of like the leader of this dojo, and then Kenshin kind of saves her. I'll put her in B tier because she's not really a bad character. She does have solid goals, trying to do things herself. And now we got Yayoi from Dark Gathering. Easy S tier, she's strong. This little girl's just like destroying spirits, very cute, and just like, you know, hanging out with the main character. Also Eiko from the same anime, she's like her cousin. She's also like batshit insane. I'll put her in S tier because I love this insane waifu. Now we got RNS from Classroom of Heroes. I didn't really like her, but I guess she's kind of strong fighting. So I'll put her in B tier. And now we got Shiori from My Tiny Senpai. She is the tiny senpai with the biggest titties. I guess I'll put her in A tier. Nothing wrong with her. Very solid romance main character, I guess. And now we got Saku from The Masterful Cat is Depressed Again Today. Yes, this girl is a hot mess. I cannot fix her. But yeah, she has like this cat that takes care of her, but yeah, basically she's like super lazy, kind of just like doesn't take care of herself, doesn't wash her hair, doesn't take out the garbage, her apartment's very dirty, and then she has this cat do everything for her, which is like very lucky. The cat is like the real best girl. And now we got Yuzuki from Temple. She's kind of a strong purple-haired girl. She's kind of trying to do her training to be the lead of the temple, so yeah, that's cool. She has her own goals. I'll put her in A tier. And now we got Vermilio from Helck. Yes, demon waifu, red hair, put her in S tier. I love her kind of antics, very funny, burning things up. Her personality does get a bit repetitive, just like her getting angry and shocked at everything. But yeah, besides that, you know, this anime wouldn't be the same without her. And now we got Alice from The Duke of Death and His Maid. I'll put her in S tier because she's just like batshit crazy, just like hanging out with the main character, even though he can like literally kill her. And now we got Pride Royal Ivy from The Most Heretical Last Boss Queen. Just, you know, standard main character in these types of like isekai otome game shows. I'll put her in B tier. Just doesn't do anything new, trying to like retrace her steps, be a nice person, and save all the people she tormented in her past life. I guess it's kind of interesting because the OG Pride was like such a batshit insane crazy bitch, where she just like murdered people, enslaved people, forced people to kill their own family. So yeah, she was a bit brutal. So I guess this new Pride is like trying to be nice and wholesome. And now we got Cecilia from Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence. It's another like wholesome romance show. I really liked it. Just like Cecilia's like very nice, going around doing things. But we definitely got to protect her. She's just so small and frail. And now we got Ryza from Italia Ryza, Ever Darkness and a Secret Hideout. So I'll put her in S tier. Solid kind of like exploration main girl. I really liked her because, you know, she's just like exploring. Fan service is off the charts as well. And I like seeing her grow, learn alchemy, and like find something that she could do. And now we got the Demon Lord from Level 1 Demon Lord, One Room Hero. I'll put her in S tier. It's not really a girl, and her kind of like adult human form is just like so hot and revealing. Like kind of just like a funny main character. And now we got Anne from Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Season 2. I think she's solid. I put her in A tier. Just the main character in her story kind of going around like working on these sweets and then helping out these fairies that are oppressed. And now we got Risa from The Gene of I. I'll put her in A tier, just like a solid kind of supporting main character. And then we got Yohane from Yohane the Perelian, Sunshine in the Mirror. I hated her so much. This is kind of like the Love Live kind of idol gimmick spinoff show. Fantasy themed. Yes, the main character is very annoying. Put her in F tier. Mainly because like she thinks she's better than she is. She wants to find purpose, and then she just becomes the chosen one. And she's like very stuck up and doesn't really learn the right lessons, I guess. Except just like, you know, being lucky and chosen. And now we got Lily from Spy Classroom Season 2. I guess I'll put her in D tier, like who cares? Like this anime is like super ass. I don't know why there's a Season 2, but goddamn, these girls are not even like spies really. They're just like hanging out, doing things. And now we got Tsubaki from Mononogatari Season 2. This is kind of like a mid-romance show, but Tsubaki was insane. It's kind of like a mix of like romance and action. And her action scenes go so hard. She's like pink-haired, sadistic. I loved her kind of like fighting. Botan as well, she's like the main character. I'll put her in A tier. Doesn't really do too much fighting, but the world kind of revolves around her and she's like very wholesome. And yeah, that is it for the waifus this season. I didn't really have a best girl girl. Probably Senjumaru from Bleach because she was badass. But yes, take your pick. And now for the best shows tier list we have this season. Yes, we have an S plus tier and an S to F tier. So yeah, S plus, a couple shows deserve to be on here. So Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Bleach 1000-Year Blood War Part 2, The Separation, Bungo Stray Dog Season 5, Psalm 100, Bucket List of the Dead, and Mushoku Tensei Season 2. So yes, I thought all these animes look very good, solid animation all around, good stories, good like kind of like escalation, progression, plot development, as well as like character interactions and fights. For Jujutsu Kaisen, since the current arc is ongoing, we'll just talk about the hidden inventory arc. It was just a simple flashback, but it felt so emotional. Everything like was connected very well, and we just see what happened to the characters that made them who they are. Also for Bleach, yes, enough said. Animation's insane. I kind of love this season more than part 1 of the Blood War, but they were both like very solid. Like the pacing is amazing. I'm kind of afraid in the future because I heard the power scaling gets super nuts, but so far it's pretty fine. Like these fights are very good, and yeah, the story does continue. Bungo Stray Dogs was fun. It just like ended very well. I highly recommend it if you've seen like at least season 1 or 2, because like each season just escalates very well and it's super rewarding at the end. I put Psalm 100 in S tier, even though like it had a lot of production delays. There were 2 episodes that were delayed a whole week, and then they changed the kind of release date to Monday. I don't really mind too much, like as long as the animators are healthy, because yeah, this pokes fun at like production industries and it's like crunch in the working industry. Just like saying that a zombie apocalypse is preferable to just like waking up the next day. Just like look really good, had you invested in the characters, and then as the story goes on, it's like very lighthearted. And Mushoku Tensei Season 2, enough said. It's like this anime looks very pretty. A lot of characters get introduced. The story like moves on very well. The story is definitely very unique. We just had the erectile dysfunction plotline, which is very crazy. I really can't believe that's an actual arc that had some rewarding moments in the end. So I thought this whole season, it was a bit annoying, like following Rudius. I hate him so much, but this anime is like very good. And after S tier, we have some good shows. So My Happy Marriage, I thought it was very solid. Seeing Mio's development, her progression was very nice. I really wanted to see her succeed and be happy. So yeah, it's like very rewarding. Also, we have Masamune-kun's Revenge Season 2 for S tier. I love this season so much. It's like the finale for the whole story, so it's summed up very well. So I mean, it is a trashy romance show if you're like getting down to it, but I was like so happy. I love following Masamune. I thought him being a Giga Chad trying to better himself was a very compelling story to follow for our main character. A lot of like stuff happened, a lot of like shitty kind of like dramatic things, but overall like I was like definitely invested each episode. And now we have The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses as S tier. Yes, the characters are so bad, the story's very mid. But yeah, Gohan's worked on the production, it looked very good. So yeah, S tier just because the anime looks very good, but these characters are so repetitive, very boring. Also, we have Undead Girl Murder Farce. Very unique, original anime. I kind of want to see more of it, but there might not even be a second season. But overall, you know, just like European vampire aesthetic, it's been done a lot in anime. But this one, like with the detective vibes, I like it so much. Some of the problems I did have was a lot of the mysteries were kind of like unrewarding. And now we have The Masterful Cat is Depressed again today. Yes, this is kind of like a funny anime. It's not that popular, but it's very good. It's kind of like Senko-san, kind of like Dragon Maid, where we have this overworked kind of like business office employee, and they just have no time to take care of themselves, but then like this magic like big familiar just like helps them out. So here it's like her cat, and then he just like, he's the best character. He's so good. Like my jaw is dropping at how much work he puts to help his owner. So he's like a cat that grows really big, and then he can't really talk, but he can understand like English language, and he just like goes around, like cooks food every day, takes care of her. This anime just makes me so jealous that I don't have this cat like with me taking care of me as well. So yeah, this anime does look good. It's made by Gohan's as well, so they worked on this and Glasses anime. And now finally for S tier, we have Baki Hanma Season 2. So this is like the continuation. Basically, we had the Pickle arc 2 months ago, and then last month they dropped the one with him fighting his dad. So yeah, it's kind of nuts. I hate Baki, but I have to admit that like these past 2 seasons were just like very solid. The storytelling is nice, the fighting is just like, you know, pretty fun. I love them kind of pushing the idea that Baki wants to like genuinely talk to his father, have him be able to cook rice for him, but in order to do that, you have to beat him in a fight. And now for A tier, we have Horimiya, The Missing Pieces. So I kind of like this show. It's very wholesome. This is basically not a season 2, but kind of like continuations of skip scenes in a manga, which is very nice. Just like we see more of the other characters hanging out. I think like this anime is like very tropey though. All these characters are kind of annoying and dramatic. So yeah, that's like one thing I don't really like about Horimiya. But besides that, it is a pretty chill romance show. There's also Reign of the Seven Spellblades, so this is A tier. I liked it. It was a unique world. The story's nothing special. All the characters are kind of written very dumb and one note. But pretty much the concept is just like Harry Potter, but anime form. They kind of like go to the school for like whatever many years. There's like upperclassmen, there's like a chamber of secrets, underground labyrinth. There's like this whole magic curse that overwhelms people. Like 20% of the people will die in this school. So yeah, the adults don't really do too much. And it's pretty much up to the kids to fend for themselves. And now we got the vending machine isekai, reborn as a vending machine. I now wander the dungeon. Yes, crazy ass isekai. I'll put this in A tier because it's surprisingly good. Like, the gimmick kind of gets a bit boring, but besides that, the fact that they go so hard with this fantasy show, the vending machine actually contributing and everyone kind of like happy and hanging out with him, is just like very cool. But yeah, it's just like another trashy isekai, so I hope this is not a trend. I hope we don't get more like kind of animes like this, but yeah, I guess like they're going off the rails. We did normal isekais, we did stuff with like harems, waifus, and now we just gotta think outside of the box and just have people turn into inanimate objects. Also for A tier, Dark Gathering, I kind of liked it a lot. The animation was very mid, like very bad animation. But yeah, like the kind of supernatural plotline, I like all these characters kind of hanging out, exploring dangerous spots. It's just like so funny, but yeah, this anime does have like a lot of flaws. Animation is one thing. Another thing is that the fight scenes get really repetitive. It's just like the main character Keitaro getting scared, luring all the demons away, and Yayoi kind of fighting them. But yeah, besides that, this anime's not finished. That's 25 episodes. So yeah, I guess this first half was kind of entertaining. I would compare this anime to Miraku-chan. It was kind of similar, with just like, you know, a slice of life with horror aspects. But yeah, I think Miraku-chan did it a lot better. The story there was like a lot more interesting. And now we got Temple for A tier. Yes, this is a random harem show. Why did I put it in A tier? I guess because the story is like very wholesome. All these characters are kind of growing. It's very trashy, but there's something there for you if you like harems, if you like hot girls hanging out. Also for A tier, we have Helck. Yes, Giga Chad, main character, going through this fantasy world. And this anime's not finished, it's like halfway done. But basically, this first half was like very solid, the story. I think a lot of people liked it. There were some things that were bad where there was just like a lot of exposition. Like, a lot of these episodes are pretty much just like exposition 101. Also, yeah, the animation was like very bad. But I mean, I guess I'll keep watching. It's pretty solid so far. And now we have The Duke of Death and His Maid Season 2. Yes, there's a second season of this. It's kind of like a cool CGI anime. I like it. There's a lot more like waifus coming in, a lot more like undead girls with the main guy. So if you don't know the concept, it's basically kind of like a romance show with like the main dude, everyone he touches dies. But then like his maid kind of like skirts the line, like dances with him, almost like hugs him. That's kind of like a wholesome story with him like getting close to people for the first time. And now we have Gene of I. I'll put this in A tier. This anime looks pretty good. The story's kind of boring. It follows like artificial intelligence, where there's like kind of like hybrid human AI people that are just like generated and live with humans. So yeah, this anime looks pretty decent. It's made by Madhouse. But overall, I thought it was kind of boring. I also didn't see like anyone talk about this show too much. And now we got Atelier Ryza for A tier. So yeah, the Ryza anime. I thought it was solid. A bit underwhelming, I guess, but you know, the thighs are there. The fantasy world is nice, and it's like the first Ryza show to get an anime. Maybe we get more in the future. And now we got a level 1 Demon Lord, 1 room hero. So it's like a funny reverse isekai. Kind of reminds me of Jahi-sama a bit. I think it's animated by the same studio, so that's fitting. But yeah, just like a lot of funny moments, a good amount of fan service, and it's kind of like a cool, depressing story showing how people change as they grow up. Also, we have Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence. This is a solid A tier romance show. I liked it, very wholesome, kind of cute. Just like follows this lazy saint girl that hangs out with the main pastor. And then they're very shy around each other. They can't really admit their true feelings. But seeing them interact is just like super wholesome. And finally for A tier, we got Mononogatari Season 2. Yes, this is another kind of just like mid-romance anime, but it's not really romance. It's like action and romance, which is kind of crazy. I liked it so much. Like, Season 1 I thought was okay, but Season 2 was very interesting, so I did like it. And now for B tier. Let's go over this tier very quickly. Rent-a-Girlfriend Season 3, I think it's very mid. I've been saying mid a lot, but yeah, B tier is definitely the mid part of this tier list, so yeah, nothing really sticking out too much. The development is very painful. Even when like a big moment happened, like no one really cares. Also, we got Devil is a Part-Timer, Season 2 Part 2. I don't really check out this anime too much. I think it's like a little better than Season 2 Part 1, which was like, you know, people were looking forward to it, but the quality kind of went down a lot. But besides that, you know, the story goes on, it's not too bad. Also, we have Am I Actually the Strongest for B tier. Yes, this is kind of like another shitty isekai, but I guess like the world's kind of interesting. There's like a lot more characters fleshed out. The main dude just like hangs out with his harem of girls. And now we got My Tiny Senpai for B tier. I thought this anime was very cute, but a bit repetitive. That's all I can say. There's also a summer show where my senpai is annoying. But I guess this show, the main girl has big titties. So maybe it's better. And finally, we have Yohane the Perillion, Sunshine in the Mirror. So if you don't know, this is kind of like a Love Live Sunshine parody show. It's kind of like instead of the idols being in school, they're in some type of fantasy world. But the show's kind of like batshit crazy. Like a lot of like wild shit happens, which was like very compelling actually. I didn't really like the main character too much. She was very annoying. But yeah, this anime is actually like kind of decent, I guess. And now for C tier, we have Liar Liar. Kind of disappointing. It show like all these games that they were playing were very bad. The rule system is also so bad. So yeah, these kind of death game, survival game shows are kind of like a mixed bag. Yeah, this one just like characters are just cheating left and right. None of these rules are being followed at all. And now we got The Dreaming Boy is a Realist. I thought this romance show was very bad. It also teaches you the wrong lesson where stalking girls is okay, because at the end of the day, the girl will fall in love with you. So, but I mean, you shouldn't be taking lessons from anime in the first place. I just thought the concept was super boring, and I didn't really like what happened in the end. And now we got Classroom for Heroes for C tier. It's kind of like an ecchi hentai show, I guess. The main character kind of fights these girls, like they all kind of like become stronger into school. Now we got The Great Cleric. I thought this was kind of like a lame isekai. It didn't really stick out too much, so yeah, I'll just leave it in C tier. And now we got The Most Heretical Last Boss Queen from Villainous to Savior. Yeah, it's another shitty kind of like otome game genre show. I kind of like these shows, but this one was just, it didn't do anything different. I didn't really like any of the characters, so yeah, no reason to watch this show really. And now we have Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Part 2. It's the second core of the first season. I don't know if you saw the season, but it's kind of like a shoujo romance show. I didn't really like it too much. I thought the main girl kind of depended on the guy too much instead of like, you know, kind of do things herself. But I guess it wouldn't be a romance show without the main guy. Now we got Ayaka for C tier. I didn't really check out this anime too much at all, but it's kind of like an original show. It's about like some dudes fighting like supernatural monsters that feed off negative energy. And yeah, just like a bunch of hot anime boys, I guess. So yeah, it's like whatever. And now we have Sweet Reincarnation, another kind of shitty isekai, like who cares? It's kind of like a chef and then he dies. But then he really loves baking sweets, so he has like sweet powers. And now for C tier, we also got the Record of Ragnarok anime. So yeah, this one is 5 episodes. It's pretty much like part 2 of season 2, where just like we have the Buddha fight, which I thought was like very underwhelming. Like I love the Buddha fight. I think in the manga, I thought Buddha was like very charismatic, but yeah, the anime is so bad. I know like every season of the anime doesn't really do anything different. Because it's literally just like the manga panel side by side. There's literally zero animation. But I mean, I guess the characters are very detailed. Brunhild's crackhead faces. I gotta watch them each season. And now for F tier, we got some shows here. So my unique skill makes me overpowered even at level 1. Yes, shit isekai. Who cares? Who asked? And we also got Spy Classroom Season 2. Who made a season 2? Why is there a season 2? This anime is so bad. These girls are not even spies. It's just like so annoying seeing them like go on their missions, do things. This show just sucks so much. But I mean, if you want waifus, this show has a lot of girls. So yeah, I guess that's the only reason to watch it maybe. And yeah, that is it for the tier list. We finished it. They're very funny. S plus tier, highly recommend. You know, a lot of like action shonen over here. S tier is also very good. And besides that, from A to F, it's pretty much just like mid-seasonal animes. Check them out if you can. There's some diamonds in the rough there. But yeah, overall, that's it for this tier list. There's also the One Piece live action show. It's not really an anime, but I liked it a lot. They did the early arcs a lot of justice. And besides that, yeah, thank you for watching. That is it for the summer 2023 animes. A lot of solid shows, good animation, good action. What else can I ask for? But yeah, next season is starting already. We have fall. I've already watched the first 4 episodes of Free Ren, bro. This anime is pretty much going to be depressing. The story is shaping up to be very interesting. The music is high quality. The colors are so good. Animation is nice. After that, there's like a lot more continuations, like Shield Hero, Spy Family, Goblin Slayer, Evidence and Shadow. All of them have like continuation season 2s or 3s. Dr. Stone, Tokyo Revengers. There's some new animes like The 100 Girlfriends that really like you. And besides that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the fall animes.